Yeah, I won.
Priced like I used to work at an electronics store, so I can tell you, like, a computer like this, $500 kid.
But if somebody had a dump a couple $100s to get this fixed,
right?
Is it priced appropriately? I've sold the same piece before. All right, I gotta make sure I'm careful with my $400 cookie jar. All right, so I'm actually just gonna drive right by this thrift store that I normally stop at because I haven't been finding much there, so I'm gonna head straight to my second thrift store to get there by 0900. 25% every Tuesday. I didn't know that.
How you doing, Jason?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Got that same Coleman lantern. Little Max. Huh, little Max piece. Let's see what condition this is in. Shows that it's supposed to come with an extra guy. It doesn't have that guy. Should be in there. It's not in there. It's got the light cord though. I think I'm gonna have to pass up on it because it's not complete and it's missing the flags on the top. That sucks. All right. Mr. Christmas. Oh. It's got the power cord. It's got the instructions in there. Okay. It's a little pricey, but I think we'll be all right on it. Let's see here. Ah, look at that. Looks like Linux. You can always tell Linux, it has like its own like unique look to it. I mean, $20 seems a little steep, but it's pretty nice condition. I'll take a gamble on it. Yeah.
Where it's got the color stripe, anything with one of those tags on Tuesdays is 25% off.
Okay. Yeah, I won.
Priced like I used to work at an electronics store, so I can tell you, like, a computer like this, $500, is gonna be a entry-level i5 computer.
Gotcha.
This one is a step above an entry-level because it does have a dedicated graphics card.
Gotcha.
Where normally a computer at $500 don't.
Yeah.
They've got the integrated graphics, which does not allow you to do nearly as much. So this computer probably sells for more like 7 to 8. So it is priced under its standard selling point, but again, it's not priced as if like you're gonna turn a big profit on this. This is priced for somebody who says, I need a decent computer, my kid, my.
But if somebody had a dump a couple $100s to get this fixed,
right?
Is it priced appropriately?
It's probably fair. You with things about like gaming computers like this is you will buy one and then you should keep that same computer for years because how easy it is to change parts out.
Gotcha.
So they're very upgradable, unlike a laptop that are huge pain in the ass to upgrade.
Gotcha. All right, I appreciate it. Appreciate the info.
A case like this, if you were to build a computer, the case alone probably costs you, with the clear front, like $150. The graphics card alone will probably cost you a couple $100.
Yeah.
Especially for this which is an older.
Oh yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah.
I appreciate the info though.
Like I said, certain things we price to set for a reseller, where we know, like, we just want to get this out of here.
No, yeah, not even so much a reseller, but like if someone that was actually looking for that computer, could they actually fix it up and make it profitable?
Especially
like, would it even
Tuesday.
be worth it?
Especially on Tuesday when you're taking 25% off.
Yeah,
that
no,
that's
that's a good
$375
point.
on Tuesday.
Gotcha.
Which all of a sudden $375 for a gaming computer, that's gonna be able to handle most basic computer games. Nothing at like the real heavy power. You might not be able to run something at full 144 hertz.
Gotcha.
But it's gonna be able to handle the stuff that like the kids are playing.
Gotcha.
For $375 is a fantastic deal.
Yeah.
So we kind of factor that in as well.
Gotcha.
So right now, anything with blue, in a couple weeks, that computer will be half off. then
Gotcha.
instead of being 500, it'll be 250. And then all of a sudden, that's a damn good price.
Yeah. All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure.
You have a good one. All right, there you go. For anyone that was curious on how a thrift store decides on how they price their items, there's a little bit of footage. All right, so the only thing I picked up was this Mr. Christmas jukebox. I normally look out for Mr. Christmas items all the time. I sell them literally year round, actually. I did pay 20 bucks for this, and I should be able to get about maybe $50 to $60, so not a huge profit. And then over here on this Linux piece, obviously no box or COA, so without neither one of those, paid 20 bucks for this, and I think this should go for at least $50 to $60 as well. Boy, you ever just look and see if you can see anything in the windows before you walk in? I've sold the same piece before. All right, there's a little bit of music in the background. I picked it up, and then I noticed that they're asking $30, and that's definitely too high for this piece. It probably sells for $40, so definitely not worth picking up. And I noticed it was missing a couple of the birds, so I went ahead and put that down. And then I proceeded to go over to this display, and I noticed these cookie jars. Cookie jar. Yeah. Now they want 20 bucks on that. Those cookie jars are a little expensive. Got a Linux piece here. You can tell it's Linux. Yep, Linux. Let's see if it works. Works. I want $10 on that. It's got the styrofoam. We'll pick that up. Bring home the trophy. Alright, so only thing I saw in the store was that Linux piece, and I got some Cheetos for a Scooby snack. Alrighty. Sweet. Alright, just got the Linux piece, 10 bucks. I looked this up, and everyone on eBay is asking like $100, $120 or something. But I think silk comps are more appropriately around 50 to 60 bucks. And I got a bag of chips to snack on because I haven't eaten yet. I'm pretty hungry. All right, so I actually had to drive by this to get back home. So I'm just gonna run in here and take a peek. I did pass this up this morning, so we'll see what happens. All right, I didn't see anything in there. I mean, I went through it like pretty quick, but I mean, that's kind of, I know I have a pretty good idea of what I'm looking for. So normally fairly quick in most aisles. But with that being said, yeah, it just looked like a lot of the same stuff from last week. Like some stores just, I don't know, it's either they get a bunch of furniture in or they get a bunch of collectibles in. It just depends, or it depends on like maybe what days they put out stuff, you know what I mean? But it sucks because that thrift store, the most valuable game I've ever resold before, I was out of that thrift store. And it's funny because one of the employees actually handed it to me, and he knew that I was reselling, and he's like, oh, you may be interested in this, I'm sure it's probably worth $20 at least. And I was like, how much is it? And he hands me the game, and it was it had $2 on it, and I was like, well, I brought it home not really thinking much of it. And then I ended up auctioning that game off, and it sold for $898 out of that, from that thrift store. Boy. No problem. There it is. Yellow, purple. Okay. $6. Took a risk on that. All right, I gotta make sure I'm careful with my $400 cookie jar. All right, so this cookie jar right here, I was in a long line, so I did some research on it while I was in line. So it's made by Duran in USA. It says CJ47, and there's one of these cookie jars listed right now on eBay. Extremely rare, they said, for $425 or something like that, over $400. And are they gonna get that? I doubt it. Like, there's no way. Some like these Humpty Dumpty cookie jars can go for good money, but this one I'm almost positive this lid right here on the top is not original. But for $6, I was not gonna pass this up. I found a sold comp with a different lid for like $40, but that was like 10 years ago or something like that. I'll throw up on the screen. So realistically, even with this lid, I mean, the lid's in nice condition. Obviously, I don't think it's original, but with that being said, I still think this cookie jar will still go for at least 40 bucks as is.
All right, and I've noticed in my area, like pretty much every single thrift store, and why I feel like I'm coming up short on even picking up even more inventory, is a lot of these thrift stores, the prices have doubled, like literally doubled. And it is what it is. Like, they got to make money. They're making money for their employees. They're making money to line their pockets or whatever their agenda is. And we have to think, like, how do we get more money? How do we get more profitable items to sell online or whatever you're trying to do? And with that being said, I think what I've been talking about for a minute now is getting back into storage units. So I definitely plan on getting back into storage units. You know, maybe in the next couple weeks, or maybe like right after Christmas vacation. We'll see. With that being said, I think that's gonna about do it for the video. I had some very nice sales this weekend, so if you know you're into that, actually checking out some what sold, I'll be showing that on Monday. That video will come out Tuesday, so stay tuned for that video. If you got anything from this video, please consider smashing the like button. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. The Veteran Flipper out.